company-wide theme overtaking the Coffinverse in 2023.
The hype is real. We're in the last half hour of the historic Lady Satanus Kickstarter campaign. Sinister Urge is taking over the interwebs. Thanks to you, boys and girls out there. Now, if you're watching this and you haven't backed our campaign, you have 28 minutes to do so, and I would cordially invite you to do that because this is going to be a fun story. Also, is there anyone out there who could put us over 220,000 so we get 220 so that we could unlock the Lady Satanus pen, one of the many free bonus items. We have 16 free bonuses. That'll be the 17th. About 750 to go in the last half hour. I don't know, everybody. See if you can find it in your heart. Get someone to pledge $750 to get a pen.
For everybody. Okay. Pens for everyone.
Okay.
Everyone.
However, it's pens for 2,411 people. Amazing, everybody. Well, we are here with some wonderful contributors to Coffin Comics. And first thing we're going to do is let's go back and take a look at some of the books associated with the. Whoa!
What up a little?
What up?
Just a little. Come on. Somebody wants that pen. They got that pen.
So we're going to go over yonder, being joined here by Julian the Hooligan and Mike McLean. We're going to go into the Coffin Comics Company store. Feast your eyes on all the goodies at the historic HQ. Definitely enjoy HQ. Because we're probably here in the last 4 or 5 months of being at this particular HQ. So Mike McLean, co-writer, Lady Satanus, co-writer of every Coffin Comics project except one. We just didn't meet in time. How you feeling about Lady Satanus? Let us know.
Lady Satanus, I'm feeling great. You guys are going to love this story. It's fun. It's exceptionally fun in the New York 1970s and gritty, and you're just going to have a good time reading it. And the art is amazing, and Brian has given you a crazy, awesome story to read.
This one is from the heart, everybody. When I was a kid growing up in New Jersey, I wanted to live in New York City. And I was living on the New Jersey shore as all this wild stuff was happening in New York City, including the birth of punk rock, Studio 54, the disco thing, the Summer of Sam, which is true, right? The Son of Sam murders were happening this whole summer. And then right in the middle of July, there was a giant blackout, citywide blackout, 14 hours. The city got ripped apart, man. It was crazy. So that's the setting. And I think that's one of the formulas we're talking about Lady Satanus is setting her in interesting parts of time. So we already discussed, like, Can't Help It, man. Thinking sequel. So we're already kind of discussing.
It's your fault.
That's right. So yeah, we're just thinking, like, okay, what's next? And we have a distinct idea of what's next. Part of the reason we're here in the Coffin Comics Company store is to take a look at some of the cool covers associated with this campaign. The beautiful homage of Lady Satanus, which is an homage to the Son of Satan. Personal favorite of mine.
I had to admit, when I saw you holding those two comics together, I had to go out and buy the Son of Satan #1. I want to have that, and I want to get the Son of Satan #1 right. And I quickly bought it before all you guys could go out and get it. So I quickly got it on eBay because I wanted to have both of them.
That's cool. Yeah, can't help it, man. It's some other beautiful work. This is the jeweled edition by Sora Sung. And this is actually our main premiere edition. So, just some of the basics. Lady Satanus, Sinister Urge is 48 pages and square bound. Co-written by myself and Mike McLean, illustrated by Edwin Zalvadar, illustrated by Omar Zalvadar, colored by Edwin Zalvadar, and lettered by veteran letterer Marshall Dillon, along with the logo, which was designed by Marshall as well.
Cool logo.
That's a cool logo, man. We take great pride in the logos. Every single one of our characters, even secondary and tertiary characters, will all have a logo. When in doubt, logo, logo, logo.
Marshall loves that, by the way.
Oh, I'm sure he does.
Make as many logos as we can.
Yeah. Well, it's funny because now that we're moving to new HQ, there's this Italian Gothic quality to the architecture, and I know that we're going to start developing a font base of more Gothic type fonts to use because just the space calls us to do that, right? So Julian the Hooligan, what do you have to say about the project so far?
Well, it's amazing because as I told everyone earlier, it's been 5 years since we've done a campaign for a new character. The last one was Hellwitch.
Yeah.
So, and again, I was there for the aftermath when we were just getting that stuff packed. So to be here now with a new character and seeing that it's surpassing all of our expectations, it's really cool to be here on the ground floor. And you should get on the ground floor too.
That's right. You have less than 25 minutes to do it. Well, you know, it's fun too. And please understand, like in my background, I'm used to, 90s publishing through the conventional comic book distribution market. There really wasn't a lot of love for new characters. It's tough, man. Tough breaking out of the pack. So it feels so great that we could do something like Satanis and people like it, which has given us the confidence to try more new stuff into 2024, including Lady Gunfighter.
Lady Gunfighter, yeah.
Coffin Comics' first supernatural Western.
Yeah.
And Mike is leading that story up. The other newbie will be Mike Morg, and I'm leading Mike up. So the character who's been a supporting character inside Lady Death and his rat pal Ratso are getting their own story. This will be, for both of these stories, it's going to take 2 chapters to tell their first adventure.
And I can say, seeing some of the preliminary art, they're both amazing. Joel is knocking out of the park, and the artist of Mike Morg,
Yes.
they're doing just a tremendous job. You will be very pleased when you see those pages.
We hope that when you think of Coffin Comics, you think of people who are really putting a lot of passion and heart into every element of the work, not only the covers, but the interiors as well. So we are very rigorous in getting the right talent on our books. So yeah, for sure, Mike Morg and Satana, a gunslinger, fighter, I could do it. One of them, something that's all looks really cool. Yeah, it really looks cool. I mean, I know, with Gunfighter in particular, what we've discussed is we're trying to bring a spaghetti Western to life in a sense. So Joel's approach for La Muerta is one approach, and you're going to see a new approach in Gunfighter.
Yeah, he seems like he's having a great time with it. It looks amazing. So.
Yeah, and so let's continue the tour. I don't really know what's left on the campaign, but there's some cool considerations like our metallic cards, these by Nathan Zerdy and yeah, exactly. And then Ebas.
Oh, that's gorgeous.
Beautiful. That was our legend tier. Monty Moore, his cover is associated with the High Roll-Up. And then we actually inserted during the middle of the campaign this beautiful image by Elias Chet. That's not all, everybody. We had frequent contributor Dawn McTay doing this beautiful piece, which is a watercolor image, and some more of the cards. Sun K, Ebas, and Monty Moore. Oh yeah, I do want to point out this image is by Stephen DeSario.
That's pretty wicked. That's
Beautiful
wicked.
piece, great design, 100% Stephen's mind, great stuff. I actually like Stephen to do more. Stephen, if you're watching, I'll be in touch shortly. We have a couple minutes here. Go back to campaign, but if you're still watching, I would love to re-show you guys and gals out there the Lady Death Zombie Tramp animation, which was overseen by Dan Mendoza. Dan is the publisher of that upcoming crossover. So without further ado, feast your eyes on some cool animation by Dan Mendoza and his team.
Hey Mikey, did you do your homework yet? I need you to take out the trash too.
Is that all you got? You look like you're ready to die.
Lick my feet, dead girl.
You guys and gals are doing a great job of getting us to 220. We're less than, what, 430 bucks away, 2,414 backers. If we pass that 220, each and every one of you physical backers is going to also get the Lady Satanus pen. And I got to tell you, we're all pretty enthusiastic about this pen. So please, put us over the top so we get that pen.
Just think about how cool you look at your office or school with the Lady Satanus pen.
Yeah, you want to get your Lady Satanus pen. I figured we'd come over here for a couple minutes, and if you guys and gals are interested, let's do a Q&A. You know, now that we have Mike here, and here's our publishing schedule, what's coming up, love the chance to offer up the opportunity to ask any questions about our upcoming publishing schedule. One piece of great news I could tell you is that Lady Death Imperial Requiem has already been approved for launch. That's coming August 9th, and so that's coming. And after that, we're actually doing Chaotica. And this is all part of the plan. We're not jumping by the seat of our pants, Mike. Is that right?
That's correct. You got this right here on the board.
Yeah, there you go. It's on the board. It must be real.
Must be real.
Yeah, so if you have any questions, comments, concerns, we are in the Coffin Lounge, and we're probably in the last 3 or 4 months of being here at HQ, which is kind of amazing and baffling to think. This building has been really, really good to us for the last 6 years.
It's a little bittersweet, but I can't wait to see the new building.
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
have a question. If you want, were there any movies that you were watching that kind of helped inspire you when you're writing Lady Satanus? Does anything come to mind? Any movies or stories that you had in mind when you're writing up that script?
Well, thank you for asking. I for real, I was definitely thinking of like Martin Scorsese's Taxi Driver. Just like the wet and the gritty and the nastiness of New York City. You know, I eventually did wind up living in New York City for a while, but yeah, just like that wet and nasty and low down quality for sure. Yeah, that's what I was thinking of.
Well, Pete just has a question about the could there be a sequel or reboot to the Lady Death animated movie?
It's a very good question. You know, I've sort of been recently getting the itch and wondering if, like, through the magic of crowdfunding, we could actually do a series of animated pieces. What do you think of that, Julian the Hooligan?
That sounds like a goddamn good idea to me. People are asking for it. I mean, why not give it a shot?
Yeah, who knows? I mean, maybe,
never know.
I don't know, maybe we can do like an entire story over 3 parts or something. I mean, this is not an inexpensive endeavor, right?
Yeah.
So maybe it would be like, you know, 3 half-hour pieces that ultimately come together and become one feature-length animated film.
Pete says, hell yeah.
Okay, right on, Pete. Yeah. Good. So I was just starting to think about that. I was actually inspired by seeing Dan getting together with those guys, the Zong brothers, and, you know, produce some animation. So
That was great.
yeah, that was
It
pretty
a lot of
cool.
fun.
Yeah.
And great voice actors.
Yeah, the voice actors for that were our significant others, Nightmare Lynch and Francisca Pulido.
Haley's asking, do you know the legendary artist for Helwich Bitchcraft yet? Can you announce that?
I do know the legendary artist, and that artist is totally legendary. And no, I can't announce it. Do you know?
I don't know.
Oh, okay, cool.
I don't
I'll tell
even
you
know.
after this is over.
Get some more drinks in him to get
Queen of Spookiness was saying that Sun K cover for the Imperial Requiem is breathtaking.
Yeah, that's a crazy one. Julian, what's your opinion on that one?
Anything Sun K does is breathtaking. I mean, especially now that she's really lightened up on her colors, it's just, it's so elegant. It's elegant. That would explain her elegance.
You know, this is a fun character, Empress Death, because it's sort of like having your cake and eat it too, because you extrapolate and wonder if Lady Death did pursue Megadeth, how would she turn out? You know, and now there she is, Empress Death. And Sun K embodied this image quite nicely. And it's The differences are subtle. People can see them. It's completely black eyes, completely black fingers, and just a brutal attitude. Lady Death is known for having this twirling energy that has these little black balls of what we would call Kirby crackle, Kirby matter. But in the story, all those balls have just formed into like two giant balls. And she didn't quite use them in chapter 17, but watch out. I think she's going to use them in chapter 18.
Yeah, why is evil so much fun?
Evil is just so
much fun.
Yeah, that's true. She just gets to be unbridled evil.
Andrew wants to know, at the new HQ, will the door be made out of corn dog sticks? Will there be a corn dog cafe, maybe?
There absolutely will. Now, here's a fun thing. Let's show you. You want to see what the doors are made of in this HQ? Check this out. Did you know that our doors are actually adorned with King's Skull everywhere? That's right. King's Skull takes over the whole door as you enter and you get sworn. Yeah, I mean, this HQ is super duper custom, and new HQ is also similarly going to be very custom. You're definitely going to see like an Italian Gothic influence. There's definitely more opportunities for big coffins too.
Mr. Goat wants to know, do you have any cool stories about Jim Balance? And have you seen his cover for the Lady Death versus Zombie Tramp?
I have not seen his cover. I'm looking forward to seeing it. Jim Balance is just a cool, great guy. I mean, he's another example of like a hardcore outlaw independent. I mean, when he completed his run on DC, he started tarot and he literally never looked back. One thing I admire about Jim is maybe 6 days a week, this guy's drawing 12 hours a day. It's him and Holly, just holding it down. He's on like issue, whatever it is, 136. I just have great respect and admiration for Jim.
Matt says you mentioned that Nakayama did previous covers for Lady Death. Any hint of what era that was?
So David Nakayama did a cover where Lady Death sitting on top of a skull. What do we call that one?
Skull Rider.
Okay, Skull Rider. The word skull goes with so many other, like skull and crusher. Anyway, and then he also did a 2-part cover series for Lady Death Burlesque and Lady Death Las Vegas.
Yeah, those
both
are
gorgeous, beautiful pieces. Maybe love to represent them to a newer audience. What I can tell you though is that collaborating with David on the Snap editions, which you'll see for San Diego, we both agree it was kind of fun. So we are in discussions for more covers, and it'll be great. I mean, I am a huge fan of the work.
KJ says, I know it just ended, but do you know when can we expect the La Muerta Kickstarter to?
I think we're due to ship in September, and everything's on track and on time. So yeah, I think September.
Well, actually, you're saying when's the next La Muerta Kickstarter?
So the next La Muerta Kickstarter is in May of 2024. It's a coming, and there's going to be. We're going to discuss our 2024 schedule in detail by revealing it on an online event that we call Crucial Con, and that'll be around September 22nd and 23rd. We'll reveal our entire publishing schedule for 2024, and I think you'll be thrilled, tantalized, and delighted at a lot of the surprising nature of what we're going to present. What do you think of that?
I think that's the truth, and I think I can't say anything about that because I'm not allowed to. She throws it to me, but I can't say anything. So I will think, having seen and worked on the scripts with Brian, you guys are going to enjoy that. It's going to be amazing. Yeah.
What I will say too about like 2024 is you and I started plotting last September.
Yeah.
And it really took us till about mid-February to nail it.
It's been a work in progress for a long time.
Yeah.
Mr. Coat wants to know any more Coffinverse books to come.
Well, I think the other Coffinverse. Oh, you mean like things like Tales of the Coffinverse? That's the one thing that in our recent story session we didn't get around to, but there's so many other neat characters. Like, for sure, we've said that we're working on Lady Gunfighter and Mike Morg, and those wind up being 96-page stories told over 2 chapters. But what Mike and I have discussed is maybe doing some of the characters in 24-page format. So we haven't quite nailed that down. That we do have one in our pocket. In fact, we were just discussing before we go live. So I don't know where those would fit in just yet. However, we certainly have the appetite for doing them. And there's so many neat characters that are worthy of a story. You got characters like Steelheart, you know, the list goes on. I guess the question becomes, who do you want to see? I mean, I know I'd like to see that the Trust expanded. If you read Lady Death's Sacrificial Annihilation, there is one panel of a group called the Satanists, and I would like to tell that story.
It'd be a lot of fun.
Yeah. So I don't know. You tell us what you like, and we'll see if we're heading in that direction.
I'd say I'd love to have a Kenneth Rockefeller Lamorta cover in the future if possible.
That would be cool. Yeah, it was great to have Ken do the Lady Death. Should probably get in touch with him on Lamorta. That's a great suggestion. This stuff is insane. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, more people are saying here. Leonardo is saying I'd love an animated series, adult version for the Lady Death, incorporating all the verse. Yeah.
Got it. Yeah, I mean, I think
Amazing.
you know, if we're to do animation, I think we kind of do what people expect us to do. Probably R-rated animation. What's our timing like, everybody? Have we gone over? How many?
About 8 minutes.
Wow, have we gone past that 220? I don't know. Let's
Oh,
go take a look. Let's take a look. I don't know. Let's see.
12 more inches from the goalpost.
Oh, wow.
We're so close.
We are so close.
Oh my gosh. Come on, folks.
Can anybody put us over? I don't
220.
know. Who's feeling it?
You'll be the honey if you hit it to 220.
That's right.
Oh, it's 7 minutes.
7
to go.
minutes.
Come
We
on,
can do it.
folks.
We want the pen.
We want the pen.
We
Pen.
If we don't go over, we're not doing it. But if we go over, we're doing it.
So if you guys want that pen, we just got $480, $79 to go. Let's do it. We can do it. It's close.
While we're here too, there's some thanks that should go out to everybody, all the people who contributed, whether it's the creative talent on the comic book, on the series, all the cover artists, behind the scenes, the Coffin Crew, in management, and of course, all you guys and gals who are backing. Also like to do a shout out and thanks to Kickstarter itself, the folks behind the scenes who gave extra attention to Lady Satanus, including a project we love, and in the last 24 hours making Lady Satanus Sinister Urge a project, I guess, I don't know what you call it, but like the featured project of Kickstarter overall, not just the comic division, but like if you were like looking for technology or whatever, you'd see Lady Satanus. So that was quite fun. I do see the numbers inching up. It's inching up. It's inching up. What do you want to say about the campaign, Julian the Hooligan?
Seeing how we did it! Whoa! Hey! Right on! Oh,
So
man.
Justin Hunt said he just pledged for the $4.99 level.
Oh, yeah!
Pen.
You really want that.
It's gotta stay.
Yeah.
It's gotta stay up there.
Gotta
That's
stay.
awesome. Thank you, Justin Hunt.
You get a pen.
You get a pen. You get a pen. You get a pen.
I'll say this. 2,419 people are getting a pen. That's right. Pens for everybody.
Only if you're physical, so if you're digital, upgrade right now so you can get that pen.
That's
You want
right.
that pen.
That's
Up
5
right
minutes
now.
to upgrade.
Oh, looks like we got a digital backer though.
That's true.
Yep, boom.
I love it. Thank you. We have about 5 minutes to go before the campaign completes. And I guess the next thing to talk about is, if you can believe it, next week, Coffin Comics heads out to Comic-Con International. If you're going to be in the San Diego area, if you have tickets to the con, come visit us at booth 5530 because we got the goods. Righty-o. Julian the Hooligan's going to be holding court, showing you some goodies, some special stuff.
There's some really gorgeous books. We went overboard on the exclusives this year, and I found some very pretty vault stuff for all you vault hunters out there. So stay tuned. It's going to be great. It's going to be good to be back.
Oh, is it going to be red ink in that red pen?
Should there be? Maybe there should be. I think there should be. It's Lady Satanus.
Yeah.
She's scarlet, so I think we should. If I am able, I know the pen, if you saw the design, the pen is red. If I can get red ink as an option, absolutely. You bet. Yep, so now we have coming up next week, 4 minutes to go,
4 minutes.
folks. So coming up is Comic-Con International, Then right after that, we have Lady Death Imperial Requiem. And then right after that, we have the collective we have Tucson Comic Con. So that's the Comic Con myself and Francisca Pulido own, but so many people associated with Coffin Comics are part of it. So Julian the Hooligan's going to be heading up our booth. Right behind us, we have Jimmy Coffin, and he's part of the marketing team. Nick G is also on guesting and programming. Mike McLean will actually be moderating all our feature panels. So quite a few people who are associated with Coffin Comics are associated with Tucson Comic Con. And we have our big, some of our big in-person meeting this Sunday, making sure everything's kind of all sorted out. Yeah, pretty cool, fun stuff. I mean, the Coffin never stops, man. And then I guess it's like in September, then Lady Death concludes September 8th, and then the following September 13th, we launch Chaotica. Now again,
Never-ending stories.
so it's true, like Coffin Comics will be doing 6 crowdfunding campaigns, but we're ambitious enough to attempt to do more next year. Because now next year we're looking to do some 3-dimensional stuff. So yeah, more to come. Yeah.
Sarge is saying he'd love to have a Lady Satanus shirt on the next campaign.
Well, I think, you know, the premise of this type of campaign, internally we call it a quick strike. And that's comics, cards, prints only, because we really want to gauge interest. But it kind of occurs to me, maybe for chapter 2, we got to, like, you know, add a little more spice, which could include a shirt. So
There's obviously.
Oh!
No! Well, there it goes.
Justin Hunt, look what they did to us.
No pen for you.
So we need $88 back to get that
minutes.
pen.
2
Come
minutes.
on.
Sorry, I didn't like that.
Don't dislike pens.
Yeah, come on.
Oh!
Oh!
$11. $11. 11.
Fine. All we need is $11.
Somebody-
2 minutes.
Maybe put 12. Put $12 in there.
Put the pen back on the board.
Somebody put some $12 in there. 2 minutes.
That's close.
Are we gonna do it? Who can do it?
Oh.
We can't do it. People groaning in the background.
Oh, come on.
I
I
know.
know.
Close. You guys want to step in? Yep. So we got the last couple minutes. Still got on hand. We have Brandy Sparkles dressed like the blasphemous creature that she is sometimes. It's blasphemy, Brandy Sparkles. 119. We have Samantha DiMartino, our financial manager, in the house. Of course, the one and only La Presidenta.
Look what color she's wearing.
She is wearing.
He's like,
She looks like an angel.
She looks like a.
I'm an angel.
She-
We did it again.
Keep it there. Keep it.
Oh!
89 seconds.
Thank you.
Type them up, Jimmy.
Oh, come on. All right, folks. You know someone right now. Get your phone out. I can't think. Take your magic beans, put it with the ground. People, get your phones out. Text this link to everyone you know. Make sure we get it over. We got to get over $200 because it's only $82. We only got 65 seconds left. It could drop. We can lose this pen. We can lose it all.
I don't want to lose the pen.
Let's go. We can do it, everybody.
Less than a
Add
minute.
to everyone you know. Just add even more. Add on to your pledge. Make sure it's lock it in. Lock it in. 52 seconds. This is insane. Pen. I had birthday watermelon, so I am going crazy.
He's too healthy.
Birthday watermelon.
Oh man, this is so exciting! Thank you so much for making this possible here for this birthday. I don't know.
Okay, everybody.
Wow.
Let's count it down. Last 30, everyone.
Hey, everybody. Thank you.
This is Friday.
Way too close.
Oh boy.
20 seconds.
When we get to 15, let's count it down, everybody.
No, let's do
Oh, it's
Well,
out. I told you.
Stay.
Stay. Double up on your pledge. Give it as a
12,
gift. Christmas is coming.
11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
We got it.
We kept it. Pens for everybody. We did it. Yay.
Wow. Amazing. Thank you, everybody. That's really close. Hi, everybody. Thank you so much.
Thank you. We can't do it without you guys. You guys rock.
Thank you as always.
Tired.
This is a magic round.
Boozing it up with the Coffin Crew.
Yeah.
Oh, what?
Don't make him talk. He's gonna drown on watermelon.
James.
Folks, looks like we did it again thanks to you. Lady Satanus, Sinister Urge is coming your way. You all been great. We've been the Coffin Crew. Holler at you later.